Tim Flannery, The Weather Makers, How Man is Changing the Climate and What It Means for Life on Earth. In The Weather Makers, How Man is Changing the Climate and What It Means for Life on Earth, Tim Flannery presents an eye-opening account of climate change and its grave consequences on our planet. This comprehensive summary discusses the vital role of carbon dioxide, CO2, in maintaining the Earth's ideal temperature and explains how human activities since the industrial age have resulted in an alarming rise in CO2 and other greenhouse gas emissions. The consequences of global warming, such as melting ice caps, extreme weather events, and the destruction of coral reefs, call for urgent action. Explore the various alternative energy sources, promising transportation technologies, and ways to reduce household greenhouse gas emissions that can help preserve the Earth for future generations.
Gaia Theory and Global Warming. In his 1979 book Gaia, mathematician James Lovelock introduced the concept of Earth as a solitary organism. He argued that the atmosphere meticulously regulates the planet's temperature and sustains life. Lovelock's theory of Gaia emphasizes that the Earth's ideal temperature is purposeful and not a result of pure chance. CO2 is the most abundant greenhouse gas that absorbs heat energy, and humans have been emitting tons of it in the atmosphere through the burning of fossil fuels. This excess CO2 traps more heat each year, leading to global warming. Lovelock suggests that it is crucial to transition to a carbon-free economy as all the necessary technology to achieve it already exists. Global warming's alarming effects. The negative impact of global warming is already evident, and if humans continue to inject CO2 and other greenhouse gases into the atmosphere at the current excessive rate, temperatures across the globe could rise up to 5 degrees Fahrenheit or even 10 degrees Fahrenheit by the end of this century. The disastrous effect of such dramatic temperature increases include steady warming, current events, endangered species, melting ice caps, rising oceans, glacial earthquakes, the albedo effect, extreme weather events, and destruction of coral reefs. The web of life is being pulled apart as countless plant and animal species are now threatened with extinction due to global warming, leading to unpredictable effects on the food chain. The appalling impact of global warming will simultaneously occur in every coastal city, affecting about 66% of people who live within 50 miles of a coast. The vital role of algae and plants. Algae and plants play a crucial role in the Earth's ecosystem by creating oxygen through photosynthesis and absorbing carbon dioxide. However, urbanization and deforestation are degrading this natural process, leading to rising CO2 levels. The oceans also act as a carbon sink, but the increase in water temperature due to global warming has decreased their ability to absorb carbon. These factors create a positive feedback loop that contributes to the problem of climate change. Scientific studies show that the oceans now only absorb 1.8 gigatons of carbon annually, down from 2 gigatons in the 1980s. The limitless energy consumption. The Earth's population has seen a breathtaking rise from 1 billion in 1900 to 6 billion by 2000, with the current average human consuming 400% more energy than their predecessors. 1 gallon of gasoline indicates 100 tons of prehistoric plant life, which has an enormous amount of sunlight. Humans consume about 422 years of sunlight from the Carboniferous age yearly through various activities that require fuel. By 2050, the Earth's population will climb up to 9 billion and be using 2 planets' worth of energy. Scientists are now searching for such substantial resources in the ground and oceans. The road to the Kyoto Protocol. The passage traces the development of climate change treaties. It highlights efforts by scientists and concerned parties in Villach, Austria, Toronto, and Rio de Janeiro to curb the emission of CO2. The Kyoto Protocol was then established in 1997, with the aim of reducing CO2 emissions by 5.2%. The pact faced opposition from some industrialized nations, such as the US, who claimed that it could slow economic growth. The protocol remains the only international treaty set up specifically to deal with climate change, making it a crucial tool for global cooperation on climate action. However, it has modest goals, and the world needs to decrease CO2 emissions by 70% by 2050 to reverse global warming's effects. Powering the future. The world is in need of alternative sources of energy to reduce carbon emissions and address global warming. Among the available sources are wind, solar, nuclear, and geothermal energies. Wind energy is already a competitive and successful option, with Denmark generating 21% of its electricity through it. Solar energy can be obtained through various devices such as solar thermal and photovoltaic cells. Nuclear power is seen by some as the best alternative, but it comes with cost and safety concerns. Ethanol can be derived from sugar cane and used in transportation, with hybrid fuel vehicles like the Toyota Prius cutting CO2 emissions by 70%. While developing alternative energy sources for airplanes is difficult, the condensation trails from jet engines contribute to a reverse global warming process known as global dimming. There are several options available, and decarbonizing the power grid is the key to solving the problem of global warming. 7 steps to reduce household emissions. This summary outlines 7 concrete steps to reduce household greenhouse gas emissions. These include investing in solar power, using energy-efficient appliances, installing efficient shower heads and light bulbs, buying fuel-efficient cars, and utilizing mass transit or active transportation whenever possible. The implementation of these steps could lead to significant reductions in a household's greenhouse gas emissions, helping to combat climate change. The urgency of combating global warming. The world has a decade to make meaningful changes in how humanity creates energy to combat global warming, or civilization could collapse. Recent studies have revealed that earlier predictions were deeply conservative, and the situation is more dire than imagined. If changes are not made, civilization could be reduced to a Stone Age existence. The issue cannot be ignored, and action must be taken now. It is time for the world's nations to unite and make substantial efforts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. The survival of future generations depends on it.
Flannery's book effectively showcases the urgent need to tackle global warming and its catastrophic consequences if left unchecked. With a variety of alternative energy sources, transportation technologies, and actionable steps to reduce household emissions at our disposal, the transition to a carbon-free economy is feasible. The summary emphasizes the importance of international cooperation, as evident in the Kyoto Protocol, which, though met with resistance from some countries, is crucial to addressing the issue. In conclusion, The Weathermakers serves as a timely wake-up call for humanity to take immediate, collective action against global warming, so that our world remains habitable for generations to come.